One moment. Welcome to Play It Loud and our first ever Let's Play, and it's of an Apogee presentation of an id Software production. Ladies and gentlemen, Commander Keen in Invasion of the Vorticons, Episode 1, Marooned on Mars. I'm not going to go too deep into the story, I'll talk about it, but I just want to read this bit because it was meant to, according to the guy who created Commander Keen, this was meant to be the opening to every episode like a movie serial. Flash Gordon and the like. Billy Blaze, 8-year-old genius working diligently in his backyard clubhouse, has created an interstellar starship from old soup cans, rubber cement, and plastic tubing. While his folks are out on the town and the babysitter has fallen asleep, Billy travels into his backyard workshop, dons his brother's football helmet, and transforms into Commander Keen, Defender of the Earth. In his ship, the Bean with Bacon Mega Rocket, Keen dispenses galactic justice with an iron hand. Episode 1, Marooned on Mars. So, this is Commander Keen, Marooned on Mars. It is a game in which you have to recover these 4 pieces of your spaceship. Each Keen game has different objectives. You've got to do different things in each one of them. Usually it's blow up 4 of something or capture 8 of something. In this case, it's 4 missing spaceship parts, and because he built his spaceship out of things from around the house, they are a Nintendo joystick. It actually says Nintendo. A car battery, which he swiped from his mum's car, a vacuum cleaner with adjustable height carpet add-on. I don't know what that is important about with regards to the spaceship, but there you go, and his dad's liquor, which is apparently the fuel. So we're going to go and find the remaining bits of his spaceship. This is the first level, Bordertown. Now, when I was trying to work out what game I wanted to do for the first Let's Play for this channel, which was a hard decision, I thought to myself, let's do a game that I'm confident playing and that I enjoy. And I thought, if I'm going to do my first Let's Play, why not do the first game I ever played? And this is pretty much it. It's just points up there anyway. This is not going to be a flawless run. I am going to try and get all the levels, but if one of them seems to be giving me too much trouble and it's not one of the essential levels, I may skip it. So it'll be an okay run of Commander Keen 1. I first played this game in, it would have been 91-92. It came built in to my very first computer, the very first computer we ever owned, which was a 286 with MS-DOS, no Windows when we got it. I had a slight bit of lag there, and alright, we'll try this again, and this time I'm just going to go for the exit. I've shown you all the interesting bits pretty much. Yeah, so this was the first computer we ever got, and it had Keen on it. All I knew about it was you opened up a menu by typing menu at the DOS prompt, and you could then press K to play Keen, M to play... God, what was on M? I can't now remember, but C was Captain Comic. So that's Bordertown. This is the first shrine. So all the shrines, they tend to be smallish and vertical, although some of them get quite big. And they all have one of these at the end, and this is, you hear in your mind, it is too bad that you cannot read the standard galactic alphabet, human. So, the standard galactic alphabet are these letters here on the right. That says exit, I can read it that much. And that's the nice little exit jingle. Now, technically the Treasury, or that level to the left, should be next, but I'm going to sequence break here and go for the Pogo Shrine. And we have the Pogo Stick. So the story is that when Martians have been coming to Earth for years, that's a Martian, that's a Garg. Martians have been coming to Earth for years to steal our toys and junk food. They also apparently steal philosophy books, because you can find books by Immanuel Kant, which give you a lot of points. But our toys, such as pogo sticks and teddy bears. So, that's a teddy bear. Teddy bears are the most valuable item in the game. Fall back down here. And that reads something like, "Behold the mighty Pogo Stick." And there we go. So that's another shrine done. I'm going to sequence break again and skip the Treasury again and go to Capital City. This is the Capital City. It is one of my favourite levels. It is certainly the level I think I have the strongest memories of. And it's here that we get our first piece of the Bean with Bacon Mega Rocket. Now with the Pogo Stick we can jump incredibly high. It's a valuable game mechanic, and it's something that you can finish most of the game without the Pogo Stick. But it's Keen's sort of signature power-up. Commander Keen doesn't get power-ups like Mario does. He's got a gun, he's got, in this episode, it's the ray gun, and he picks up things for points, but he doesn't get any kind of shield in this game. He can only take one hit, but what he does get is the Pogo Stick, which allows him to jump, and that yellow keycard I picked up, which will open this yellow door. These little fellas are Yorks. You can bounce on them. They aren't harmful to touch, but they do push you around. And pretty much every game in the series has an enemy that is harmless to touch but will push you. And they are designed to push you into obstacles. These guys, the Gargs, are the other kind of Martian, and they are very harmful, which is why you've got to shoot them. However, there's not a lot of ammo in the game, so generally you don't want to shoot Yorps unless they're causing you real problems. I'm going to go in here. Get a key card. That's a red key card this time. Those plants are traps. And let's get some pizza. As I said, the Martians have been coming to Earth and stealing junk food. Now this, up here we can get this ray gun, and you're about to see that is a Vorticon. When we were kids, I didn't actually know that that was what they were called. We just thought they were wolves. And there's a trick with this guy. If you lure him to the side, and come on. If you can lure him to the side, you can, if he cooperates, jump off the stage. But it's slightly difficult. Pretty much most... there we go, he's gone. He did jump off the stage after I fell. Most of the Vorticons in this game can be somehow gotten around. Although sometimes in ways that can bite you later. There's the joystick. And we're done with that level. So let's finally get to the Treasury. Level 5. So these Yorps will happily jump into the spike pit. Saves you the ammo of killing them and keeps you safe from them. This is one of the levels where the game really starts to spread its wings. This is a big, expansive level with a lot of places to go and a lot of stuff to do. There's a Garg in there, and we need the yellow keycard. So let's go find the yellow keycard. I remember the first time I played this was actually in a computer store. I played this and Jill of the Jungle. It was at the store where we eventually bought the first computer I owned. And I'd never played a video game before. I'd never played a computer game before. I'd never seen a computer really. And I just remember being absolutely blown away and thinking that this was so cool. So when we got our computer and I found out that this was on it, I was so thrilled. Keycard. And I've been playing this game in one form or another for the last... I'm about to horrify myself and say 25 years. I would have first played this game when I was 25 years old. This is an example of the branching level design I was talking about. There's this little thing here, which I just totally missed the entrance into. I want to apologise for the sound effects! See, that's why Yorps can be dangerous. I want to apologise for the sound effects. I opted to leave them on, but they are terrible. I make no apologies for that. That's not my fault that they're terrible. But I thought I should leave them on and give you the more genuine Commander Keen experience. But it does mean that it sounds like I'm rubbing bits of corrugated cardboard together every time he walks. So yes, this game was my first experience of any kind of video gaming, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I still to this day love it. I still to this day hold this up as one of my favourite games of all time. And it was. It's also worth noting that it was revolutionary for the time for the computers. It was the first MS-DOS game to use smooth scrolling, thanks to John Carmack's revolutionary engine. And John Carmack would of course go on to be well known for creating revolutionary engines. He later created the Wolfenstein, Doom and Quake engines. Let's see if I can, not like that, I can't. Let's see if we can. So, no. We'll give that a miss for the moment, I think. Let's dodge these yorps, get these. Now this guy's a little tricky, so you gotta wait till he gets over there and then bam. The Gargs can ram you, and it's very startling. They will, be patrolling their little thing and going at inconsistent pace, but then when they spot you, they can tear away at you. He probably won't do it because I'm not up there, but the one up there would have been a good example. Yes, but it only does it when you're close. Get this ray gun. And pretty much always try and get ray guns because you will want them later. Ammo is relatively scarce, and so collecting every ray gun you can is good because usually there are very few instances where you have to shoot an enemy. There's another Vorticon. Now what you can do with this Vorticon, but it's a little riskier, is you can lure him off that platform. However, it's not a good idea to do that if you are still doing anything in the level whatsoever, because that means that instead of there being a Vorticon confined to this platform, there is a Vorticon roaming around the level. The Vorticons are super tough. They take 4 shots to kill, which is more than... See, he started to come down. Get out of the way. Like many of the enemies, they're instant kill if they touch you. Oh, and he's gone. Alright, he's out of the way now. Won't get all the lollipops. There's the car battery. And we're done with the Treasury. So we're almost done with the first half of the game. The first half, the second half is bigger, so I guess it's not really halves. But this, the first side of Mars, the light side of Mars. And when I was a kid, when I was 4 years old and first playing this game, I thought pretty much that the game ended at this point, at the end of the light side of Mars. Don't have to jump over those fire pits because you can go up there. The teleporter in the ice will send you to the dark side of Mars. Press enter. Just in case you were wondering what you had to do next, is you have to go to this teleporter. However, we can't see the teleporter because this level is in the way. This is one of the few levels in the game that is compulsory. It's blocking your path. The other level in the game that is doing that is the first level, Bordertown. Obviously the 4 levels with the ship parts in them are compulsory, but that's kind of taken as read. Now, this is the Emerald City. You can do this one of 2 ways. You can go down there and take the dangerous path, or you can get these lollipops which say up and go up here. The Emerald City is was originally one of my least favourite levels in the game because, as I said, when I was 3 years old I couldn't do it properly. I was terrible at it. I could never get past it. I could barely even work out where the exit was. As I've gotten older and become more of a fan of platforming games, this has become one of my favourite levels. You can do it really quickly, as I'm demonstrating here. If you take the top path, it's a very, very short level. And shoot the Garg, and there's the exit. But, as you can see, our score is only at 51,200 points, and frankly, where's the fun in that? So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the beginning, and I'm going to show you the bottom path and hope to high heaven that I don't stuff this up too much. So let's cruise over here and fall on the trap, but that's okay because, as I said, I'm going to show you the bottom path anyway. So down we go. Now, this part is much more challenging, and as I said, this is the part that always gave me problems when I was a kid. So let's go to the right, and there's this tunnel here which conceals very cleverly that! Oh! I'm I'm going to say this. Usually he doesn't jump out at you, but clearly the game just really wanted me to wake up tonight. And yeah, this level has all these intricate little mazes and paths, and that horrible sound you can hear is a tank. There are two kinds of robots in this game. There's the butler bots and the tanks. And there's all these green spikes at the bottom. The tank is over this way. And that's the tank, and he shoots you. So I'm going to go this way and get out of his firing range. You will run into more tanks later in the game, but this is the first one that you run into. And they are not nice. They are not insta-kill to touch, but they will absolutely ruin you with their guns. So let's go into the Emerald Maze here a little, and yep, see, like that. Commander Keen is a very delicate hero, it must be said. I think the thing with Commander Keen, and as I showed with this level, if you're sufficiently determined, a lot of the levels can be sped through. Yeah, I know that there is a speed running element to this game, a lot of people have done it, but all you're doing is denying yourself a lot of great content, a lot of interesting level design. Up here, see those signs, which I can't remember what they actually say, but it's essentially signifying danger. You just, by skipping out on chunks of it, you are just screwing yourself out of fun gameplay. There we go, that's the Emerald City done. So we're going to leave it there for the moment, and when we come back, we are going to be on the other side of Mars. In fact, the dark side of Mars. So I'll see you next time.